Okay, thanks for checking out my YouTube channel, Robert's Video Machine. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up and like the video, I really appreciate it. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a dash cam installation. And this is on a 2025 Nissan Sentra. And I will be using the FitCamX Dashcam. So you can see there, that's the dash cam. And there's everything that comes inside the box. And you can check out my unboxing video, you know what I mean? It's very good. And it prepares you for everything that's gonna come up here. So you can see here, this is the dash cam itself. And then I also got the rear camera version as well. And one thing to note, it is not waterproof. So it does have to be installed inside the vehicle. So I'm going to be taking a look. I'm not going to be putting on the windshield itself because I do have tint. It's polarized and I don't want it damaging the tint. So I'm going to find out somewhere back there where I can put the rear view camera. But the dash cam itself, that's the dash cam there. You can see the design of it will be going up here somewhere. So let me take a look at how it's going to look like. Okay, so I'm trying to hold it up in place there, as you can see, but it's going to be integrated into the back portion of the rear view camera. And I do have like one of those transponders, and that's why those things are there. So it's going to have to get moved over a little bit to the side, but I'm going to try to center it there. And the dash cam will be pointing to the front. So let's get started, and of course you're going to clean the windshield and apply this directly, and then we'll go through the steps. Okay, so I just cleaned the window with alcohol on my case, and I'm removing the protective film, and then I will be sticking this on. Okay, so I have it on the windshield, and then one thing I do like applying pressure. I don't know if you can see here, you could actually tell where it's actually getting stuck onto it or making that seal. So I'm just going to keep on applying pressure and see if I could get everything there to turn black and get a complete seal. Okay, and after moving on from applying the camera, you can see those two cables are sticking out. One is for the rear camera and the other one is for the dash cam itself to get power. And in my case, on the Nissan, you should check the owner's manual, but my Fusebox is here because I have the Fusebox installation for my camera. So you just pop this out and you can see that fuse holder tool, and then it actually maps you out your fuses here. And if you look at the user manual, you can figure out which is for the battery and which is for the accessory. And this is because of the power cable here for the dash cam, which one cable is for the power and one for the accessory. And you can see in there where the fuses are located at. So look at your owner manual in your particular case of the vehicle and try to get the ones that are for accessory and battery. They have them labeled here on the cables. Let me see if I can zoom in. I don't know if you can see on the cables, that one is ACC for accessory, and the other one says B+ for battery. And in my case, for the Sentra, this is a 2025, the number 6 is for the accessory, and the number 40 is for battery. Just let me double check that, but I was looking at it right now, and I believe that's the case. Okay, yeah, I just confirmed for the 2025 Nissan Sentra, those are the fuses. And you could actually tell on here as well from the cover where they're at. It's kind of hard to tell with the glare, but the number 6, you just count them down, is the accessory fuse. And then number 40, as you keep on counting, is the battery fuse. Let me point them out to you. It's probably easier. Let's see if I can get a good view in here. Yeah, you can see there. Where is it at? Yeah, that one there, number 10. That's the accessory. And then number 10 down here next to this big green one is the battery. Let's see if you can see it better there. Yeah, it's kind of hard, but those are the two in this particular case. There's actually another way. I think you could actually test the fuses to figure it out, but going through the user manual is a lot easier. You don't have to deal with anything. So let me go ahead and do the installation that way. Okay, and one thing I did forget to mention is they do provide different cables, as you can see there, for the different types of fuses that are for your vehicle. So this is the one that's for my vehicle, and you can compare it with the fuse that's going to come out. So you just insert the fuse there. I don't know if you can see on that insert slot. I really wish I had some other person, but you get the idea. I'm going to show it to you right now. And there you can see the fuse installed on it. And just for comparison, you can see the other one that still does not have the fuse on. See, it's an empty slot. And this one has it in there already. Okay, and then the next step is basically just putting them back in. Of course, the battery to the battery, and then the accessory to the accessory. So let me go ahead and get that done. Okay, so I wasn't able to put it onto the battery. I don't know if you can see that, I'm pointing at it. This thing is blocking it. It basically hits it and it doesn't let it seat properly. So I'm just gonna find another one that does the battery directly. You could use a multimeter. I'm just using my user manual, and I'm gonna be using the clutch, which is, let me see. Yeah, that one there, the 15, the blue one. You can probably see it there. And if you just turn on the hazards, you know, the car's turned off, the hazards work. You know, they're getting battery constantly. I think you could probably do it with the brake lights maybe, but I'm just going to be using that one because it looks like it would have more space. And then of course I'm going to use the accessory one from before. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so there you can see it's seated completely properly. Of course, make sure you always do that. There you go. The accessory, I did the accessory to the accessory, and the battery, since that thing was blocking, I used the hazard one since that one's getting constant battery. And then you just use the connection to connect it. You can see it here. And then of course you're gonna have to ground it. So I'm gonna look underneath here to see where I can ground this. Okay, now that I got the connections up and running, you can see there, it's on the Fusebox. And then I connected it here, and then it does have a grounding thing, and I grounded it to that there. It's basically underneath the gasoline. And this is just to test it before I start running wires through anything. I just want to make sure everything works. Okay, one thing you want to make sure is there is an indentation on the top. I don't know if you can see it there. It's kind of hard. There you go. You can see it a little bit better there. Make sure that indentation coincides with the indentation there, so it plugs in correctly. I don't know if you can see it there. Okay, and I got everything plugged in. There you can see there. Now I'm going to test the camera. So that I'm going to do it through the app, make sure it is functioning. I'll probably do a separate video on just the app itself, because I don't really know how to get the video recording of it, but I'm going to try to do some screen sharing or something. Okay, so now I have everything connected. You can see there the dash cam and the wires that go up. I didn't show the cable management because that's, I guess, a given, but you can see there I basically passed it along there, removed this, and then just passed it along here, moved that there and passed it along the back side of this, And then on this part here, it's basically underneath all of this. Oh, this is where it separates basically. For the rear view camera, I ran the cable along all of this, headed back. I'll show that in a little bit. I just wanted to show how it looks like down here. You can see the grounding cable, and then everything is basically hidden there. So there's no loose cables or anything. And let me see. The rear view camera, I just ran everything along here, along the side. And there you can see it here where it kind of creeps out. And I put it in between this. And it basically just shows up here on top. And then you can see the rear view camera there. So I didn't put it in the window itself on the windshield because I do have tint and I don't want it damaging the tint. But my back part is all plastic. So I just cleaned it up with alcohol and set it up there. So let me know what you think about the video. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe to Robert's Video Machine. I will be doing a separate video about, I guess the usage of it. Videos and all of that. And then also I'm still contemplating whether or not to find a screen share app and then show the application itself. So you can see how the application works along with your phone. It is compatible with the iPhones, at least that's what the manual says. I have Android, I downloaded it for Android, and that's what I'm using there. So let me know what you think about the video. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe to Robert's Video Machine. Give me a thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe so you can get more of my videos that I'm going to be doing in regards to this dash cam and others as well, other things. Thank you.